In Miami-Dade County, in their schools, they are requiring permission slips for, children to participate in Black History Month education. Let's go ahead and roll this clip of this sister just really couldn't believe it.
Y'all, they are requiring parents sign permission slips to determine if they're okay if their child hears a book that was written by a Black person. At Miami-Dade County Public Schools, they are requiring you to sign a permission slip to determine if you're okay with your child hearing a book that was written by a Black person. Read aloud, students will participate and listen to a book written by an African American in 2024. 2024. How is this okay? Is it okay if your child hears a book written by a Black? Y'all don't want our kids to get the proper education. You're rewriting history. You're not even caring about their safety while they're in school. Let's make sure we keep them away from the scary Black people.
When I first heard this, I said, let me look into it, make sure this isn't a fake story. But no, that really happened. And what you saw there was, not nothing AI or anything like that. That was sent home. But this is the thing about that. Okay, fine. If Black children has to participate in anything regarding anything with white history, then I need to have a permission slip for that too. You understand? And if I don't get a permission slip, then I need to sue because you're discriminating at that point. If we go on to Target and say that only Black, authors for a Black history lesson, it has to be a permission slip because, my God, we don't want the children to find out the history of America. This is the thing. You file when you don't want nobody to find out what you did. See, I can look in the history of Black America and be proud of what I see. Be very proud. Talk about my ancestors. I know they didn't enslave nobody. I know they didn't have people hanging from a tree. I know they didn't take the body parts of Black people. I know my ancestors didn't eat nobody. Read the book, The Delectable Negro. Read that book. They will be eating Black people. Look what they did to Nat Turner. After they put him on a tree, they took his body parts. They set up there and made leather with his skin. Yes, that's what they would do. They would make leather with Black people's skin. See, they don't want people to know their history. See, I'm fine with people learning our history, no problem. But they are ashamed of their history, and they know of the world, because every day the world finds out more and more who they are. What moral standing would they really have? They have no moral standing at all of what they have done to Black people. I said that before, Black folks are their Achilles heel. We are. No other group they can feel that way about except us. And no matter what group they let in here, they still gonna look at us as, hey, we are the Achilles heel. We exposing to the world who they really are. We're showing, everybody's finding out. And the reason why they're worried about their history being exposed is because the more and more just human beings find out what happened to Black people, they're like, man, I'm ashamed. And that's why they say they want their kids to learn the history because they're gonna feel ashamed. Of course they will. Who wants to be attached to that crap? Yeah, that's why they're going to feel ashamed. And the more and more you try to prevent them from learning, the more and more they're going to learn. What, you going to stop people like myself from talking about history or something? Okay, let's say if you shut down, you say you can't discuss history in America okay, fine. No problem. I don't have to discuss it. But I can hire so many people outside of America to discuss it. And that way I'm not discussing it, right? They're discussing it over there. Or I can move somewhere else and discuss if I want to, right? It is what it is. But we got to understand they on this campaign to hide their history, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We live in the information age. We live in the age of knowledge. And with all this creation of AI and all of that, please, you can try to stop AI, but everybody's creating AI now. And I love it. I love the things that AI is doing. I've been fully embraced what AI is doing, and definitely has been implementing, different things into what we're doing. And the more and more AI that come out, I'm going to be implementing that too. Because one thing is, black people, you better get on AI now. Don't be like we normally do, come late to the party. No, jump on the trend, what it is with AI, learn that, see how it can benefit you in your personal life, can benefit your business if you have that, or with learning or whatever. Use AI to your advantage. Use it. Now, this is why I'll say once again, our children need to go to schools also created by us, and we need to focus on that. Instead of focusing on the latest music video and all of that, we need to focusing on Risa Tisa on TikTok. Why don't we take that kind of energy and focus on building an institution like a school for our children? As long as we send our children to those folks for education, our children will always be messed up. The public school system have a school to prison pipeline, but the private school system don't have a school to prison pipeline. And that's why I tell our people, we need to create schools or put our kids in institutions, private institutions. Because in private institutions, they can learn whatever they want. Like my daughter, she goes to a black ran school, private institution, and she come back talking about all kind of things that happen to our people. Like Ruby Bridges, she was talking about that earlier. Well, and they were watching a movie and they were seeing, how it was saying the N-word and all of that. In public school, we couldn't have done that. But that's our history. That's what we need to teach our children. We need to know our history. But I would sue that school district. If I don't get a permission slip for white authors, then you know what? Well, nobody getting permission slips then at all then at that point.